There is a frequency you carry that the world does not understand. You have felt it in the pit of your stomach since you were a child, a quiet knowing that you were meant for something else, something more, while everyone around you seemed content to sleep. And that frequency, that hum of your soul, it does not blend in. It never has. It creates a vibration that agitates the stagnant air around you. It exposes the shadows in others simply by your presence. And this is why you have been targeted. This is why you have been betrayed, isolated, and rejected. Not because you are unworthy of love, but because your light is too bright for those who have made peace with the dark. You need to understand something right now that will change the way you see your entire life. The pain you carry, the deep, gut-wrenching ache of being misunderstood, it is not a curse. It is a filter. It is the universe's way of separating the gold from the gravel. You have been placed in rooms where you did not fit, surrounded by people who could not see you because they were never meant to be your people. They were the weights designed to test the strength of your wings. And every time they clipped you, every time they laughed at your dreams, every time they walked away when you needed them most, they were actually pushing you closer to the edge of your destiny. Let's sit in that pain for a moment, because we cannot build a skyscraper on a cracked foundation. We need to look at the wounds. You know the feeling. You walk into a room and the energy shifts, not because you are awkward, but because you are powerful. Your presence is a mirror, and most people do not want to see themselves. They would rather break the mirror than fix their reflection. They have projected their insecurities onto you since grade school. They called you weird. They called you intense. They said you thought too much, felt too much, cared too much. They isolated you on purpose because a pack of wolves is threatened by the lone wolf who refuses to howl the same tune. Think about the betrayals. The friend who smiled in your face and stabbed your back. The partner who used your vulnerability as a weapon. The family member who belittled your path. These were not random acts of cruelty. They were spiritual ambushes. When you are chosen, you carry a blueprint of your future in your spirit. You have visions of abundance, of peace, of purpose. And the people who are still operating out of survival mode, out of lack, they can feel that blueprint. It terrifies them. Because if you succeed, it means they have no excuse for their own stagnation. So they must pull you down. They must convince you that you are crazy. They must break your spirit before your spirit breaks the chains of their reality. But here is the truth they do not want you to know. The very thing they tried to break you for is the thing that will elevate you. The world did not reject you because you were less. The world rejected you because you were more. You were operating on a frequency that their receivers could not pick up. You were speaking a language their souls had forgotten. And that misalignment, that friction, it created the isolation that has been the cocoon for your transformation. Now, let's talk about the wealth. Let's talk about the abundance that seems to elude the masses but finds its way to the chosen. You have probably wondered why money feels like a battle, why you work twice as hard for half the recognition, why you have struggled while watching those who lack integrity flourish. This is where the psychology of the chosen one meets the law of the harvest. You are not struggling because you are unlucky. You are struggling because you are being fortified. Think about a tree. The strongest trees do not grow in the middle of a lush, protected forest where they are shielded from the wind. The strongest trees grow on the edge of the cliff, alone, where the wind beats against them constantly. That wind forces the roots to dig deeper, to go further into the rock to find water sources that no other tree can reach. Your financial struggle has been that wind. It has forced you to be creative. It has forced you to be resilient. It has forced you to develop a relationship with the divine source of provision that those who have never lacked will never know. The chosen one attracts wealth not by chasing it, but by becoming a vessel that can hold it. Most people cannot handle abundance. If you gave them $1 million tomorrow, they would be more miserable in 5 years than they are today, because they have not done the inner work. They have not gone through the isolation. They have not had their ego stripped away by betrayal. They have not sat in the dark and learned to be their own light. You have. You have been refined in the fire of loneliness. You have been purified in the acid of rejection. You are now a container that can hold the weight of glory without shattering. Why do others struggle? Because they are still looking for wealth outside of themselves. They are looking for the lottery ticket, the inheritance, the lucky break. They are trying to catch the wind. But you, the chosen one, you are learning that wealth is an inside job. It is a frequency. It is a state of being. And because you have been forced inward, because the world locked you out, you have had no choice but to discover the infinite resources within. This is a deep psychological truth. The human mind is wired to seek validation from the tribe. When you are rejected by the tribe, it creates a trauma that most people never heal from. They spend their lives trying to buy their way back into the tribe. They spend money they don't have on clothes, on cars, on status, just to feel accepted. They stay in jobs they hate just to feel secure. They trade their soul for a paycheck and wonder why they are empty. But you, the chosen one, you were pushed out of the tribe so early, so brutally, that you broke the programming. You realized that their acceptance was a cage. You realized their approval was poison. And in that realization, you unlocked the secret to true wealth. You stopped performing for an audience that was never going to clap. You started creating from a place of authenticity. You started building your kingdom on land that no one else wanted, land that looked barren to them but was fertile with potential to you. The people who tried to break you, they were agents of your expansion. Yes, you heard that right. They were assigned to your life to test your worth. They were the pressure that turned coal into diamond. When they lied about you, they were polishing your reputation in the spirit realm. When they stole from you, they were clearing space for what is truly yours to arrive. When they walked away, they were removing obstacles from your path. You have to stop seeing your story as a tragedy and start seeing it as an epic. You are the hero who was cast out of the village, only to discover the treasure map that the villagers were too comfortable to find. You are the one who walked through the valley of the shadow of death, not to die, but to learn the terrain so you could lead others out. And now we are approaching the hour of your elevation. Can you feel it? The air is changing. The heaviness that has sat on your chest for years is beginning to lift. The confusion is clearing. You are starting to see the pattern. You are starting to understand why you had to go through what you went through. The pieces of the puzzle are coming together not in the way you expected, but in a way that is infinitely more magnificent. God, the universe, the divine intelligence, whatever name resonates with your soul, is preparing a table for you in the presence of your enemies. This is not a metaphor. This is a spiritual reality. The very people who rejected you, who underestimated you, who wrote you off, will one day witness your abundance, and they will not be able to explain it. They will not be able to take credit for it. They will sit in the uncomfortable silence of knowing that they tried to stop something that was divinely ordained. But here is the truth they do not want you to know. The very thing they tried to break you for is the thing that will elevate you. The world did not reject you because you were less. The world rejected you because you were more. You were operating on a frequency that their receivers could not pick up. You were speaking a language their souls had forgotten. And that misalignment, that friction, it created the isolation that has been the cocoon for your transformation. But here is the warning, and you must listen closely. In this season of elevation, the enemy will not attack you with poverty. The enemy will not attack you with lack. The enemy will attack you with distraction. He will send people who suddenly remember you exist. He will send opportunities that look like shortcuts but are actually detours. He will send the seduction of validation from the very people who once hurt you. You must be vigilant. Your elevation requires your isolation to continue even as your visibility increases. You must protect your energy at all costs. You must guard your heart like a fortress. Not everyone who claps for you now is celebrating you. Some are clapping because they want to get close enough to steal your blueprint. Some are clapping because they want to hitch their wagon to your star without doing the work. You have to develop spiritual discernment. You have to learn to feel the energy behind the smile.
This is the psychology of the predator. People who cannot create will always try to attach themselves to those who can. They tried to break you when you were down, and now that you are rising, they will try to ride you. You must not let them. The wealth that is coming to you, financial, spiritual, emotional, relational, it is sacred. It is the manifestation of your trials. It is the reward for your perseverance. It cannot be shared with those who did not pay the price. Look at your life right now. Look at the areas where you feel stuck. Look at the doors that have not opened. Look at the relationships that have not healed. What if I told you that the stuckness is actually the staging ground? The delay is not a denial. It is a divine timing mechanism. You are not ready yet, not because you are weak, but because the assignment is so heavy that you need to be stronger. You need to be thicker-skinned. You need to be more rooted. The wealth you are attracting is not just about money. It is about authority. It is about influence. It is about the ability to shift the atmosphere in a room simply by walking in. That kind of power cannot be entrusted to someone who still needs validation. That kind of power cannot be given to someone who still doubts their worth. The wilderness has been your boot camp. The isolation has been your training ground, and graduation is closer than you think. You might be sitting there right now, tears streaming down your face, because for the first time in your life, someone is telling you the truth. Someone is validating your experience. Someone is telling you that you are not crazy, you are not too much, you are not broken. You are chosen. You were chosen before the foundations of the world. You were set apart for a time such as this. The world is in chaos because it is being shaken. Everything that can be shaken is being shaken, so that only the unshakable remains. And guess what? You are unshakable. You have been through hell and back. You have lost friends, lovers, and family. You have lost money, health, and peace. And yet, here you are, still breathing, still hoping, still believing that there is more. That is not stubbornness. That is the spirit of the chosen one. That is the DNA of a king and a queen. The enemy thought he could bury you. He didn't realize you were a seed. The darkness that was meant to destroy you became the soil for your growth. The water that was meant to drown you became the nourishment for your roots. You are about to break ground. You are about to push through the surface and see the sun for the first time in a long time. And when you do, you will bloom in a way that stuns the world. But you must let go. You must release the past. You must forgive the people who hurt you, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It keeps you tethered to the very energy you are trying to rise above. Forgive them for being blind. Forgive them for being afraid. Forgive them for not knowing how to love you the way you needed to be loved, and then walk away. Your forgiveness is your freedom. Your release is your elevation. When you let go of the weight of other people's opinions, you become light enough to fly. And you are about to fly, chosen one. You are about to soar to heights that will make your head spin. Opportunities are going to come out of nowhere. People are going to show up with resources you didn't know existed. Ideas are going to download into your mind like software updates from heaven. This is the season of supernatural provision. This is the season where the wealth of the wicked is transferred to the righteous. Do not limit that to money. The wicked have peace that you are about to receive. The wicked have joy that you are about to walk in. The wicked have relationships that are about to be severed and given to you. God is relocating you. God is repositioning you. God is reordering your steps. purpose. You have to start acting like it. You have to start speaking like it. Stop talking about your problems as if they are permanent. Start talking about your destiny as if it is already here. Your words have creative power. The universe is listening to every syllable. If you keep saying you are broke, the universe will keep arranging circumstances to keep you broke. If you keep saying you are alone, the universe will keep clearing the room. You must align your tongue with your destiny. Speak to your mountain. Speak to your finances. Speak to your relationships. Speak to your health. Say, I am the chosen one. I am not a victim of my circumstances. I am the master of my fate. The wealth of nations is coming to me. The wisdom of the ages is flowing through me. The love of the divine is surrounding me. I am unstoppable. I am unshakable. I am unlimited. Do you feel that shift? Do you feel the electricity in the air? That is the activation. That is the spiritual download. Your cells are waking up. Your DNA is realigning. The old story is dying and the new story is being born. You are not who you were 6 months ago. You are not who you were last week. You are being transformed moment by moment into the highest version of yourself. And this transformation, it is going to manifest in the physical realm. You are going to see it in your bank account. You are going to see it in your opportunities. You are going to see it in the way people treat you. There is a respect that is coming your way that you have never experienced before. There is a favor that is going to open doors that have been welded shut. But you must stay the course. You must keep your eyes on the prize. The enemy's last tactic is discouragement. He will try to convince you that nothing has changed. He will try to make you feel the same old feelings of isolation and despair. That is a lie. It is a smokescreen. The moment you feel that discouragement creep in, you must declare the truth out loud. You must command your soul to line up with your spirit. You are not alone. You have never been alone. The divine has been walking with you every step of the way, carrying you when you couldn't walk, holding you when you couldn't stand, wiping your tears when you couldn't cry. You are deeply, eternally, unconditionally loved, and that love is about to manifest in ways that will leave you breathless. The pain is passing. The struggle is ending. The night is over and the dawn is breaking. Can you see the light? It's faint right now, but it's there. It's growing. It's expanding. It's pushing back the darkness. That light is you. That light is your destiny. That light is the wealth, the peace, the joy, and the purpose that has been waiting for you since the beginning of time. Step into it. Take a deep breath and step into it. Leave the past behind. Leave the betrayals behind. Leave the isolation behind. You don't need them anymore. You are whole. You are complete. You are ready. And now, I need you to make a declaration. I need you to plant a flag in the ground of your spirit. If this message resonated with you, if you felt the fire in your chest, if you know deep in your soul that you are one of the chosen ones, I want you to comment below. Just 2 words. I am chosen. But don't just type it. Feel it. Mean it. Let it be the first declaration of your new life. Let it be the sound that breaks the chains. Let it be the vibration that shifts the atmosphere. You are chosen. You are powerful. You are wealthy beyond measure, and your time is now. Go in peace, go in power, and walk in your purpose.